Hello everyone, and welcome to another ServerSmash! My name is Far, I'll be one of your main casters today, and I am joined by...
Hey guys, I'm Darth Sibius, and I will also be one of your casters today.
In the second of two.
Yes.
Yes, that's just true. So if I just took this volume down... So today, guys, we are doing ServerSmash number 60. Who's playing today, Sebius?
This is, I believe, Emerald versus Briggs.
Sounds about right. Do you know who's a who? Which factions are what?
So yeah, Briggs is playing TR, and they are playing the South Warp Gate, and Emerald's playing VS and then the North Warp Gate, and it's a new map.
Well, we've played it before, haven't we?
Yeah, I think it's been once before. Yeah, Miller's definitely played it before.
I think we've done it once or twice. So this was a potential Esamir map for the 2015 tournament, but it wasn't voted in. Made me sad. But we're trying it again. You know, this year. We'll get some test games in, see how it is. So today we are playing, as we said on Esamir, a new North-South format. We think it's probably better than the other two Esamir maps we've had before. The numbers today. Do you know what the numbers are? Because I know what the numbers are. What are the numbers today, Sebius?
I had to check about 5 minutes ago just to make sure.
What are the numbers?
216 versus 216.
That's right! It was originally slated at 144 each, but Briggs apparently got everyone to turn up, and they got some friends, and we're up to 216, so almost a full... It's bigger than last week. I think last week was 192 on Esamir, so I'm looking forwed to this. Are you...
That's the entirety of the Briggs server, right?
Yeah, actually, if you go into Briggs right now, there'll be nobody there. Server's gone. It's empty. That'd be actually an interesting comparison to check whether or not that server has anyone fighting. You log in and you're like, guys, where is everybody?
All the new players are like, thank God they finally left.
I don't know what's more funny, the fact that the server's empty or you thought there'd be new people.
Yeah, right.
Well, maybe. Well, a construction system. But anyway, today, as we were saying, we are playing North versus South. We are playing a territory control. We're only doing a 90-minute battle today. That was a request by the players. So normally we have 2-hour games, the last 2 hours, and then we've been trying half systems where teams would swap perhaps faction, but primarily warp gate to remove any perceived bias, and you would play like we did last week to 45-minute halves and see how that goes. But today, today we are playing a single 90-minute battle similar to a territory alert that you might find on the live. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Also, one other note, there are no restrictions on maxes today, unlike last week where both teams got together and made some special rules, and there are no restrictions on air lock-ons. So shoot the guys at the sky because you suck at flying. It's pretty much the order of the day, right? I mean, can you fly, Seb?
I don't crash when I don't crash when I fly, and I avoid trees.
Really?
So that makes me a competent
I only like to fly with Valkyries and Galaxies, so that when I crash, I take everyone else with me.
Yeah, I think a few of the airboys. I don't know. There's a whole meta that has been developed around ServerSmash teams having lock-ons and not having lock-ons, and I think it'd be debatable as to which would be the better situation for flyboys. I'm not a pilot. I don't fly in the ServerSmash, so possibly I can't really tell you. But it's interesting how that's developed over the time that these things have been happening.
Well, I've noticed the ServerSmash meta for air games, I suppose, has developed from just everyone getting an ESF and shoot each other to layer lock-ons, but it's also going to evolve to long-range standoffs and double proxy rep galaxies and maybe a couple of liberators to get rid of the galaxies. Air lock-ons probably make it a hell of a lot less fun, but like, it's between the servers. They make the rules and the agreements, and if they want to do a general agreement, they can do it. If they don't want to do it, that's pretty fine. We'll just watch it and see how it goes. So that's that. I believe on the ground we also have Yukos, and maybe perhaps some other people, so we need to kind of keep our eyes also on the snow fields for harassers. It's an open, wide, flat continent of Esamir, open wastes, perfect for moving around harassments. Esamir has not had the revamp that other ones have, so there are still sundry garages in some bases and not in others, and you can pick off spawn options. So why don't we talk about the map today, Sebius? You start us off with our ye old favourite base to the west.
Okay, so on the west, if you guys aren't familiar with it, it is Anvari Biolab. These biolabs depending on who you ask. These things are ridiculously hard to take.
But it's neutral at the beginning, so there's the question.
And basically the entire map is split up in neutral territory. All the lanes go into neutral territory. So that's going to be interesting to see which teams, or which of the two servers value which bases. For me, if I was in the north, I'd want Anvari straight away. It basically shuts down that entire western lane, because you don't lose biolabs. You know, unless there's something seriously going wrong or you've been pressured elsewhere, you don't necessarily lose biolabs. So that's, for me, something that I think we'll see a lot of combat there. In like, they'll see big force, big pushes, and then it'll kind of drop down a bit, and then every 10-15 minutes we'll see another big push maybe. And then just next to that we've got Anvari Frozen, which is a neutral which cannot be capped at the beginning of the game because there is no friendly adjacent territory. There's no lattice linked to that. So that means either someone's got to take Anvari Biolab to take it, or they have to take next base along, which is Pale Canyon. This base will see action today. This is linked to...
Well, we did say... yeah, guys, so there's a 2-minute delay, and by the time you hear this, I have turned up Sebi, so let me know if from now on, with the magic number of 22 in chat, if you need him to be louder, and I will bump his volume up louder. So as you were saying, Pale Canyon, perpetual battle. It's so important, the back and forth, the north building, south building. But there's a difference thing here, Sebius. Last time we fought here, okay, the base... would go back and forth because of the 2-minute delay and no one could get a hold of it. As soon as this base starts ticking, one faction will capture it. So you might not perpetually fight at this base.
I think it's too much of a strategic point on the map to not have people constantly dropping this base.
It's super important. You can probably send everyone, because the thing is, Pale Canyon gives you Anvari Frozen Reservoir for free, as you're saying, so it's super important.
Depending on who takes it first, and so say if the north were to take Anvari and Pale Canyon, it's a free cap at Anvari Frozen for them. They can't be interdicted there at all. Well, they could, I guess, but I doubt that Briggs would try. So yeah, Pale Canyon, very, very important base. Doesn't necessarily go anywhere other than Anvari, because you've got Matheson's Triumph to the north and Watson's Redemption to the east. Those are very hard bases to take, but just having that territory, I can imagine with this map layout that we're going to see small percentages of territory matter a hell of a lot more than we normally do in some of the other maps.
So as we were saying, there's Anvari on the west. Anvari Frozen Reservoir is a freebie if you can get the Biolab or the Pale Canyon first. Theoretically, but both teams could get each individually and then go into the second. So moving on to the Tech Plant, as you're saying, Tech Plant, both teams could equally access Tech Plant right from the beginning. It is going to tick down after 7 minutes. As soon as that point flips, it will go through. Ice and Mountain Pass is a freebie to anyone who gets the Tech Plant first. Zero Listing Post, again, because of the new capture mechanics, will tick down. It won't be an hour-long fight. It will get captured, at least within 20 minutes. Not Communications out of play, and then Not Amp Station is a 7-minute long base cap single point. So all the neutral territories, unlike previous instances, will be captured in the first, let's say 20 minutes. And then the play is, where do you send your people first? Typically, you would send them to short capture bases first. So Pale Canyon Chemical and Anvari Biolab, they're big plays at the beginning. Following on from that, then you have the Tech Plant, No Amp Station, Zero Listing Post. They're follow-up bases that are taking a little bit longer. So we'll see how that plays. And also the air game is like, last week we saw Cobalt's air dominate Miller's and give them this massive ground air superiority advantage of close air support. Do you think maybe the BAM, the Briggs air machine, is going to come in and do something like this? Or perhaps the Emerald air machine? What do you think?
Yeah, I think we've seen it in the past. If you let the air dominate on Esamir, it's normally a bad time for everyone but the pilots that are doing the ground pounding. So I think, well, obviously having air dominance is key to any ServerSmash or lane smash for that matter. So yeah, I mean these two air forces, I think because it's so open, these guys are going to be staying high to avoid the ground locks. And I think we've seen in previous matches where you do get that kind of line of ESFs kind of lining up, trading blows with each other, and then maybe one pushes a bit too far or something, then gets cut off. So I think both teams may be a bit hesitant about engaging, ready to wipe out their opponents in the air. I think they'll be touch and go in regards to how they approach
Well, we do have
balls.
Yeah, we do technically have 5 lanes, but it kind of get a bit confusing with Ice Mounting Pass and Barry Frozen Reservoir, how the lanes intermix with each other. So I'm very interested to see whether teams do QRFs today, that's quick reaction forces, or whether or not there's multiple pressures on multiple lanes, and it's like the weakest link of the chain is where it collapses in terms of, you know, pushing extra bases.
Yeah, I think with the amount of really hard to take bases, so you got Enviro Frozen Reservoirs are really hard base to take. Sierra Listening Post is probably the hardest base to take on this entire map. Not Amp Station, it's an old school Amp Station, so that's going to be kind of hard. All these
to recapture it once you've got it.
Yeah.
So it's a question of, is the opening play the be all and end all, or is it going to be like more to it? Like, can the team that perhaps loses the opening play pull back? Because 90 minutes here, I mean, it's a lot. It's still a lot of time, but it's not obviously as much as the 2 hours. But we have found in the past that typically after the 1 hour marker, even the closest games, you had a clear dominant winner. So we'll see how it plays out today, and that's what we're really interested in.
Yeah, most definitely. I think if you were to lose, say 4 out of the 5, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you lose 3 out of the 4 bases, you know, you're in a bad situation. But if you gain 2 and they gain 2, I still think there's room to kind of position your forces to then take 1 back. So I think, unless something horribly goes wrong, you know, I think there is comeback potential here.
Okay, but so final notes then, as we go in just the last few minutes before the game starts. You are the Emerald Commander. What is your game plan? What is your opening strategy?
My opening game plan is I'd send, obviously, platoons to each lane, but I would stack on Enviro at the beginning. Kind of
over Pale Canyon?
Over Pale Canyon, yes. Because they have Matheson's Triumph to fall back. Same with Briggs, they have Watson's Redemption to fall back on. Enviro is the big key one at the beginning, I think. And then, because that caps down in 4 minutes, you then have time to then redeploy people over to Sierra, which would be my next grab.
Interesting, so there you go. So that is Sebius's play. For me personally, Pale Canyon is valuable because it's a 2-point base going into Enviro Frozen Reservoir, and then you can fight perpetually at the Biolab. I would probably have forces in the Biolab, perhaps stall it. I'd probably maybe go 50-50 or 40-60 for Pale Canyon, and then decide where to put the extra forces in, you know, see what the enemy does. Stalling attacks in Tech Plant, Zero, no Amp, maybe small numbers. It depends. Or maybe have people in those respective lanes doing the logistics setup, but having the bulk of the forces at Pale Canyon and Vari ready to redeploy and go to the respective lanes. Possibly even having Galaxies waiting nearby to referry their guys around.
Yeah, I think you mentioned about harassers before, especially, you know, obviously Ekus being the Emerald Harasser outfit. I believe they're playing today. But the Briggs guys with the Gatekeepers, I mean, they have a lot of open ground, so Sunderers are going to be... Yeah. If you don't have a Sunder in a good position, that's going down very quickly.
Well, I know that we're going off the ref's clock right now. So, that being said, I'm going to play our little intro for you guys, and we'll be right back with the beginning of this game.
Where we come from, we each fight for loyalty, for freedom, or perhaps enlightenment, but not here. Here we cast aside our disparate beliefs, our barriers and preconceived notions, and band together as a global force to engage in the largest competitive battles the world has ever seen. We are the squads, the platoons, the empires and servers, full of players coordinating a complex game of strategy and tactics. This is where combined arms happens. This is where war comes to play. This is ServerSmash.
Alrighty then, we'll just get rid of this little TeamSpeak overlay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match start. Go, go, go. Good luck, everybody.
There we go. That's a 90-minute clock on the line. And as always, very impressive ESF pulls from the beginning. Emerald pushing out of their warp gate. Looks like it's not a At least for one bulk, they're heading more Tech Planty rather than Pale Canyon Chemical. This is interesting.
It's funny, mate, because I'm just looking at the TR forces. There's basically nobody going north. They are all flying east.
Wow, okay. We'll see how this play picks off.
So I see galaxies, Mozzies, no liberators.
Tech plant play? Yeah, we got Goku going for tech plant play. Bailing out their ESFs and going straight for it. I guess the first thing is to hack the vehicle pads, grab control, get Sunders on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That is the by the book way of taking a tech plant. You want to get as many force multipliers in that base as humanly possible.
He said it, not me. He said it.
And are we talking about tempo play as well?
Sure, why not?
What's interesting is, though, as I said, you asked me about Emerald, what they're going to do. You had a platoon, a full platoon on Ambari Biolab a minute ago. That's uncontested at the moment. I'm going to quickly pop over there. Oh, and I see the VS Airball over Pale Canyon at the moment.
Right, we'll just have a quick peek at the map. And Vari Biolab ticking down all VS, that is all Emerald, no Briggs to be seen. Pale Canyon is all Emerald, no Briggs to be seen. Tech Plant is, what? What's going on here? All, more or less, all Emerald. Where's Briggs? Okay, Briggs is playing for Sir Listing Post, they got some people, and they're playing a big numbers. Check that out, 48 place at Not Amp Station.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, maybe it makes sense, if Briggs take Not Amp Station, they have a lot of small bases they can take. That's a lot of territory that does matter in this match. So I'm gonna have a quick look over the Biolab, see if there's anything interesting. Probably isn't.
Alright, yeah, well, I'm going to head over to Pale Canyon Chemical. Look, there's nothing actually going on. There's 1 to 12 TR. I'm fascinated why that's not ticking down. It makes me almost paranoid thinking that, did I turn that off? Did I prevent them from locking stuff? Because remember there was that fantastic game where we had to restart the game because, the continent was locked and no one could cap anything. Anyway, besides that, ignored that. Biolab is ticking down. Emerald's gonna get the free Biolab? What?
Yeah, Biolab's
what?
Gonna go through. There's maybe there's 2 squad and a half on the Biolab. No TR forces in sight.
I'm confused, Briggs. What's going on? Let me check.
This is a smart play for. I mean, if they go all in with the amp position, like I said, there's a lot of small territories there that can be taken. And they may just go, you know what, you can take the Biolab.
Alright, yeah, no. You'd have to steamroll Not, Grey Herring, Silverwatch, Apex, Rink. I mean, you'd have to properly, bash away, and that's assuming you can hold your flank. Look, the Biolab's going to go in 20 seconds here. I mean, and then they're going to have people, which they already do in Amvari South Bank, leading into Jaeger's Fist and Jaeger's Crossing. Maybe they just forlorn that, but the fact is, because nobody's capped Pale Canyon... what? What?
There's some interesting thing. I mean, yeah.
What's going on? Would you very kindly go ask Justicia, the game referee, to make sure that Pale Canyon is actually cappable? Maybe something dumb is going on here. This is weird, man. They're gonna get Anvari Frozen Reservoir for free. Okay, and I guess the tech plans. The next-ish... Well, no, because actually Anvari Anvari South Bank is ticking on 4 minutes. The Amp Station 5:30. I guess we'll just have a quick look at the South Bank. Alright, here we go. South Bank is ticking down. I guess they're just going to push straight up to Jaeger. I can't believe they're just giving up this territory, though. Pale Canyon is empty and no one's able to cap it. Okay. Yeah, alright then. We'll go over to the Amp Station and Zero and actually watch some fighting, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, Sierra's a tricky one because that's 18 minutes. I mean, the VS Force have more than enough time to go, you know what? We're just going to dump all up on you at the last minute. And thanks for babysitting all the points for us, guys.
Oh wow, check out the Sunderer train from Briggs hanging around Zero Listing Post. All proxy reps. Oh, and I do believe that's some harassers. It's a Sunderer off and a harassers.
I see gatekeepers. Yeah, I see gatekeepers just north of Sierra.
Gatekeepers and Saurons?
Yeah, you've got Aphelions and Saurons, yeah.
It's a laser disco show.
Sunderer train's just doing a figure of 8 in the road, so quite interesting.
That is, how would you pronounce it? Eucus? Eucalyptus?
I mean, when we actually played Emerald in the final, because I was in charge of one of the platoons in that, and I talked to some of our vehicle guys, and they say one of the biggest things for taking care of harassers or dissuading harassers is dual basilisk Furies, dual basilisk Sunderers.
Oh, wow, there's even more Sunders now. It's like, you know, cowboys and Indians, and they train a wagon ring, and
someone needs a horn, or a bugle. That was the one.
It's a nice sound of fight. Just pew 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 pew. It's just, yeah, it's pretty good. Coming to a ringtone near you. Okay, well, the stealth Sunders from Briggs getting slowly picked off. Oh wait, no, okay, counter harasser force.
I mean, this kind of stuff's always nice to see.
It's nice to watch, doing absolutely nothing for the game. It's like 20 minutes of just stalling harassment. I mean, okay, we'll just watch this for a few more moments. And this is like an air force with fire. I mean, what are these guys firing at? Like that one ESF that's 9 miles away? Alright, okay, let's move over to the amp station. Air control is in, looks like Briggs' favourite. Hello, Mr. VS Galaxy. AOD, perhaps?
VS forces are now on Pale Canyon. They got 2 squads. Seems to be probably the guys from Anvari have just basically gone. Engineer
dump. Oh wow, okay. Why would they all bail? Why would you drop a full squad on one of the shield generators? I don't get it. They all got absolutely wrecked by Briggs. Thing is, Briggs is not only defending the internal shield generator, sorry, the internal cap point, they're also defending the shields outside. So one shield is dead, the other shield is actually being defended by a squad or two. I guess that's to prevent the vehicles.
If you keep those vehicle shields up and put Sunderers in, because it's an NC base at the moment, like they would have to GSD into the base, but if the Sunderers there, they're never getting in.
Well, don't forget, small outpost, large outpost, if by some miracle you made it onto the capture point, you could steal it on the last moment.
Yeah, I think that's wishful thinking. Nobody's getting in that.
Maybe, I mean, okay, the numbers are big, but they're not that big. Like, if you got in with a Sunder, which Sunders are doing, and you fill with 12 people, alright, okay, running past the gun spam, yeah, you'd have to run on the point, I guess. But fair enough, I mean, I reckon it's kind of doable. Okay, we'll have a look at the map now. Okay, so what's going on here? Anvari South Bank has been saved at the last moment by some bizarre reason, so the TR are in control. Frozen Reservoir would be uncontested capture. Pale Canyon is now finally taking down. Wow, we both got that wrong. 24 seconds. Oh, wow, okay, we're going to go to tech plan now. Oh, 15 seconds.
Yeah, I mean VS Hunt.
Oh wow, double, dude, check this out. Okay, armored Sunder with proxy rep from behind on the capture point in the tech plant.
You're not getting them off easily.
There we go. So tech plant goes to Emerald, and Emerald now means they get a free pass, Mountain Mountain Pass. No pun intended. Which means they get, that's 2 free bases they get for themselves. If they start the Ice and Man Pass take right away, they're gonna get like a lead. Now the not amp station. This is a big must-cap base. But the problem is Briggs have shown their hand. They've said, look, we're coming here and we're gonna sit here for 7 minutes. This is just the way it's gonna be. So to commit all this time, they have to capture this. They can't not capture this base. And their Sunders are probably going to buy them enough time, because Emerald is outside knocking on the doors trying to get inside with their own GSDs, and they do make it in with a couple, but the problem is that all these Sunders with proxy rep and Bulldogs and Furies just splash fire. Oh man, it is brutal. And the next 8 seconds you're not going to get in.
Yeah, the tricky thing, I mean, the Briggs forces have now got Sunders set up at North Substation, which is the next base along. Now this is a pain to take this base because of the capture point. I mean, if you lock down the capture point, that's good. Sorry, the spawn room, that's great. But this thing is so
dude, right?
Shelled.
Pale Canyon, because it's a third faction base, can go either way. Briggs has now dumped their population on Pale Canyon, so it is not going to be a free capture for Emerald. Briggs is now here, and if we try and find some numbers, because I am on a VS character, so I can't actually see them. Hey, there's a guy. How'd you get that fancy helmet? Oh, you must have had someone buy a Lumifiber helmet? Yeah, but if you weren't aware that...
the code from the Mitani, that may work on it.
No, well, all transactions no longer work on Jaeger. because there was a concern about boosts and all the kind of stuff. So
I may have tried to buy
codes might work.
Experience boost when the ServerSmash was on. Maybe not.
Really? Confirmed. You heard it here. Miller cheated.
Miller cheated. That's why we won.
Okay, we have the Emerald Airball. Yes, we are just going to glance over that and move on because I don't want to open up a can of worms. We're looking at the Emerald Air Force overhead on Pale Canyon Chemical. And in terms of the actual capture point itself, that's skewing the population having the Emerald Air Force over here. 14 seconds to go. Still looks like Briggs is going to have taken this over. So Emerald will have started the cap, but Briggs is going to finish it off. Yes, no, maybe. No drops. None of this Air Force want to land on the ground. No one going to flip the point. No? You ever going to go for it? Okay, that's going to be this.
VS have just taken Canberra South Bank, so that's good. You know, you want to buffer away from the tech plant. Sorry, the biolab. Pale Canyon, far more important base. All you need to do now is put pressure on Matheson's Triumph, and you will have to. Emerald will have to send people there to defend that because you cannot let that.
Zero is the next big base. I tell you what, the thing is, I'm very surprised that Ice and Mountain Pass is not ticking down. That is a free base. There's no reason for you not to capture it. Now, it looks like Briggs is counter-pushing Anvari South Bank. They're going to have to make a defensive play at ISA's southern camp as well, and it looks like they have. In terms of not substation, I think that's the next base we're going to go at, because I want to check this eastern flank play that's going on.
So here's a bit of meta for you, Far. Emerald have decided not to cap Ice and Mountain Pass because it buffers the tech plant. However, I just actually thought to myself, probably contradicted myself. No, it doesn't make no difference. If they have it, they can defend it. So ignore that. It's late over here, guys. So
there you have it. Sebius talking gibberish.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay, well, we're watching the attempted capture of not substation. It looks really tenuous right now. Briggs population numbers, they are 50-50. It's maxes and infantry, balcony on building. And we can see.
This is the time where you want to call in your Air Force. Like, this is where the Air Force would shine here. And Briggs have brought theirs over. It's like, you know what, we're going to bring ours over. We're going to stop the Emerald one from turning up.
This is one infiltrator on the double building overwatching the cap point, just trying to take pot shots away. Where are you headed, bro? You going to fire at the window? Oh, nice. He's firing. He's firing on the heavy assault on the window.
Galaxies and libs and mozzies.
Oh, dude, check the max crash that's coming out from the building to the north. But the Briggs Air Force is here. Banshees and rockets are going to be required here to suppress this max push. With 30 seconds to go, is that it?
Things are going down.
But Maxes can't capture cap points, nor can they melt steam beams. It's not doing anything! Oh no, the Maxes, look at the building to the north, 20 seconds to go, they're not pushing out, they're all cowering!
It's pointless in there, gentlemen.
Oh, but the cap point's flipping! Who's doing that? Oh, hero medic, right, now, where's the last Briggs guy? Briggs have no infantry left. Alright, there we go, one Briggs guy, two Briggs guy coming up, flipping the point, points back in their control. Emerald Max on the point, another Emerald Max, here comes the infantry push the point. Oh, there's more than enough infantry here. Oh wait, no, the Max with these geocyclers, he's like, not today, Emerald.
This hero Max.
Oh wow, what a capture! That was amazing! I tell you what, Briggs left it way too late to go in. Oh, but then again, I do zoom out and like, there's a massive airball overhead the base. I mean, I guess that did sort of help, kind of, maybe.
They've got a cap going on.
Oh, Grey Herring's also ticking down.
This is great tempo play, right, Far?
Yeah, sure, why not? And they're also counter-pushing Anvari Frozen Reservoir, if only lesser numbers. They're also pushing with a minute to go and Anvari South back, so they're re-pushing back on the western flank. And that's fascinating, because well, we're going to go over there and check that out, and then we'll come back to the eastern lane to see if Grey Herring's going any further.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the map here, Briggs are starting to light fires on Emerald's border. You light enough fires, something will collapse. Which is nice to see. It's good pressure.
Well, it's not even lighting a fire. It's just, I want that base. I got it. Now I want that base. I got it. And it's like, okay, this is interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong. Emerald has got some nice work and nice plays here, and they do have a one-base lead, but that lead is about to fall in 20 seconds as soon as Anvari South Bank goes, and it will be back to a tie, I believe.
I mean, looking at the map now, Sierra's the next one to go through. Like, if I was Emerald, I'd be getting people over there because you do not want to lose that base. If Sierra falls, you're not getting it back unless you make a serious mistake.
Okay, so Envari South back in the hands of Briggs. And we also see that Envari Frozen Reservoir. Oh, what? I'm trying to whisper somebody. Oh, that's useless. Hey, you just got a free whisper.
Okay, so I do see Mag Riders roaming around Sierra. There's a bit of a tank battle going on. Obviously, they can pull Mag Riders now because they got the tech plant. And Sunders are starting to fall very quickly. Briggs
lost the capture point to a squad of Emerald, but they are now back on the cap point. 54 seconds to go. A little bit of air support overhead. Yep, Mr. Liberator is here.
Loss of the facility is unacceptable.
Is this a deployed Sunder for... No, yes it is a deployed Sunder, but deployed Sunder shield, but nah, he's gone.
Yeah, I see at least 3 squads on the sea point at Sierra.
This is astonishing. I mean, what's happening on the western flank for Emerald? It went so well, and they have to make a save on the tech plant, and because they didn't get a cap on Ice and Mountain Pass, now because the tech plant's taken down, they still can't. 2 minutes 20 in Sarah listing post, massive population suck, and look, this must be a population suck on Grey Heron shipping as well. So it's like the population shift of this battle isn't on the west as we thought, it's all on the east, yet somehow Briggs is pulling this off. Where's the population imbalance
Emerald
here?
have just got B point at Sierra. TR only have the point in
do
the
you think this is the big play? Right. Okay, so Envari Frozen Reservoir goes through. Zero is ticking down. It will go through. There's no stalling. There's no going back and forth. It will tick. It will flip. Both guys, empires know this. Both servers know this. So this is where the big crunching plays are going to happen here.
Yeah, I've just looked at the maps, looked at the population. There have been VS forces from Emerald being taken off Grey Heron.
The Emerald airball is over. Sarah listening post. It's interesting because the Briggs one was just off to the east slightly more. Oh wait, no, here comes some galaxies. I see them on the mini-map. Yeah, okay, so galaxy reinforcement. They're going to go for the capture point. They're going to go try and capture perhaps Bravo here. Have they got forces?
Yeah, they dropped.
Yeah, rift drop, okay.
2 squads dropping.
So maybe not going for... Alright, so Briggs has got the tower. It's interesting they're leaving Charlie. I would have thought because Charlie's closer to the south they would have gone for that instead of the Bravo.
Push into B from the TR here. They have to drop down, but there are more of them.
Oh, but no, thing is, Emerald's behind the double doors over here, and they're counter-pushing. Res Grenade also on the point. Oh, wait, no, I tell you what, look at the bridge. Lots of Briggs reinforcements coming through on the capture point. This is getting close. It's a minute to go. As long as it stays 2 cap points to 1, it will be a minute capture.
Yeah, this is getting... I think Emerald have got a Sunder up right next to B now, so they're going to get fresh...
Oh, dude, check the vehicle reinforcements that are currently going on. That's a huge population dump that's just been fired on Zero listing post, with the vehicle external support as well. I mean, Yukis is trying what they can, but, I mean, they are heavily outnumbered.
And Briggs have secured B point, and there is a lot of people on B point. A lot of bodies.
Counter harasser play by...
Briggs will get this one.
Well, I mean, it's going to be close. The fact is, they need to have Alpha lockdown. I mean, if we're going to have a quick peek here at Alpha, I mean, they need both points. It's the absolute last second. Right, okay, we do have a max. We have like the stragglers. It's only like 3 people on the Alpha capture point, though. But I don't see how Emerald is going to get themselves here. There's no spawn options. The base is surrounded primarily by Briggs. Briggs controlling all the kind of entry points.
Yeah, the fight's over B, and yeah, Briggs are going to take this.
Wow, that's powerful. Taking not Amp Station and Zero listing post. Okay, the positives here for Emerald, they took Envari Biolab, they took Isotech Plant. If they get Isotech Plant saved, it doesn't matter in Ice and Mountain Pass. That's no longer a free base capture. The fact is, Emerald should be an extra base ahead here, but they're not. Now, because Isotech and Zero listing are both enemy empires, it means they'll have a neutral fight over Ice and Mountain Pass. We also see that the extra population that went to Zero was probably dragged in from Grey Heron shipping, or also the western flank. So the western population was pulled in, which is why we see Emerald counter pushing now on Envari South Park and Envari Frozen Reservoir, playing for the large, difficult to take bases, by sacrificing the smaller ones, which you know that you can recapture.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at it now. You've got the Emerald basically have the advantage in the west, and Briggs had the advantage in the east. Now it's going to be really interesting from the Force Command's perspective of both sides as to, alright, can we sacrifice more smaller bases to push and take smaller bases on the other side, or are we going to play defensive here, or what's going through their heads at the moment? Are they going to go offensive or defensive?
Briggs is... I was going to say they're pushing by the capture point, but it doesn't look like. I mean, they have 60 seconds to re-grab the capture point at Grey Heron Shipping. Otherwise, there are enemy forces. Oh, dude, there's 12 to 24 Emerald at Not Amp Substation. 12 to 24.
They're confident that they can defend that.
They need to make this play, because if Briggs gets hold of the capture point and they're right outside the cap building, you're basically losing population. It's dead pop doing nothing.
This is a horrible base to take, though, Grey Heron.
It's so exposed. Thing is, still 44. Oh, but the cap has stopped. Briggs is taking it back, and look at all this dead pop. 1 to 2 squads at Not Substation doing nothing, allowing Briggs here to get control, wresting it back out of Emerald's claws, and now the base is ticking back in their favour with 3 minutes to go. I mean, that 1 to 2 squads has to come back.
That's poor platoon leading. You don't send that many people to a base that you can't cover.
Maybe a couple of guys. No more than 12. Keep it 1 to 12 so the enemy's guessing.
You'd send 6, a couple to sit on the point.
Oh, wow, but check this out. Right, so on the western flank, large population number from Briggs, we'll try and catch this, is trying to make a defensive save on their western flank with 30 seconds to go. But you also see that Emerald is being attacked in the center, which will show on the map in a second here while we watch this capture point with 20 seconds to go.
So I'm going to stick around Grey Heron just for a bit longer.
Oh... Emerald is desperately trying to claw out the last 11 seconds. Oh, there's an engineer. There's an engineer. Is he gonna take it? Oh, and the last heavy assault's on the capture point. He's trying to hold it. He can't kill enough people. He hasn't got enough ammo. He's off to the pistol. He's off to knifing. He's whipping. He gets shot down by the light assault. Okay, we'll have a quick look at the map there. Briggs makes the save as they intended. And as for Very Frozen Reservoir, oh man, I keep bringing up whispers for some reason. Oh, because I'm whispering on the map because I'm right-clicking on it. That's why. And Very Frozen Reservoir, we got Galaxy reinforcements by Briggs on the roof. 11 seconds to go. This looks like Emerald might actually capture it. It's not as close as previously. Conk grenade in, no, running for the point. YOLOing charge in. 2 seconds to go, 1 second to go. Infiltrator! Infiltrator on the point, 1 second to go. Kills off the heavy assault on the roof. On the staircase. Oh man. This is something, bro. I mean, okay, Briggs takes the save on the 1 second marker against Emerald. Right, so the western flank is saved. Pale Canyon's been saved. Looks like Ice of Southern Camp's been saved. Rime Analytics is what I meant to talk about. And it also looks like Briggs is playing for Ice and Mountain Pass, whereas Emerald isn't doing it. Emerald is making a save on Grey Heron Shipping, but we're going to go to Rime Analytics now because this is cutting into the core heart of Emerald's territory.
Yeah, the Grey Heron Shipping, the TR was, I mean, they're flipping back in the TR's favour right now. You know, the problem, I mean, Briggs are bringing force multipliers here, they're bringing aircraft, they're bringing ESFs, they're bringing Galaxies, they're bringing Sunderers.
Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to get at. I was curious whether or not Briggs would bring Battle Sunders onto the capture point area of Rime Analytics, this kind of round upper plateau, and they do. And the fact is the Proxy Sunderer coming in at the right time to repair the blockade armour. And Emerald is in control of the capture point. They do have maxes, 2 minutes to go into a full resecure, but there's a lot of pressure coming in from Briggs. They've got the surrounding area kind of at least locked down or in control on the south and eastern flank. They still have the Battle Sunder. Oh wait, no, Blockade Sunder's gone. The Repair Sunder is like, I don't know where to go, bro, and the Blockade behind is trying to get in. The maxes in the capture zone itself is going to cause issues.
So yeah, I'm still at Grey Heron. There was a TR Stealth Sunderer set up, and the VS Sunderer pulled out the vehicle. They came round and parked, maybe, and deployed about 10 feet away from the Cloaked Sunderer. Didn't even realise it was there.
Right, in terms of population numbers, 54% in favour of Briggs currently at Rime Analytics. Ice and Mountain Pass captured by Briggs. That's the free base that Emerald should have taken. And dude, 48 to 96 numbers currently going on at Grey Heron Shipping. More and more population being sunk in, and the western and eastern flanks are just grinding away while there's this continuing fight going for Rime Analytics. there's no let up anywhere on the map right now.
Briggs won't take this. Emerald wised up after 2.5 minutes. They went, alright, we're going to take out your spawn sunders. Take out the spawn sunders, fight's over. They've done that.
They've also got air control. Their ESFs are in the sky. Yes, it's all scythes at the moment. I'm not seeing any mosquitoes. And with the air control of a Grey Heron,
big VS force up there. So you know, was weak now on the map. Where the TR going to be looking.
And don't forget here, guys. Right, even though we have a lead of 53 to 44, assuming that's accurate because the map can be delayed slightly. The fact is, Briggs is a couple bases in the lead. Emerald can easily counter push back into Not Substation. They can get Isa Mountain Pass, they can get Isa Southern Camp, they go to Pale Canyon, they get Frozen Reservoir, they can get South Bank, they can get Jaeger's Fist. You know, the large outposts are not a block to these teams right now. There is plenty of territory they can flip back and forth, especially with air control on the eastern or western flanks. And then very Frozen Reservoir, 20 seconds again to go.
Yeah, this is locked down by the VS forces. You've got plenty of infantry on the high points, on the building, cat building. TR forces aren't getting in there. There's no way.
You gonna load for me? Cheers. Yeah, this
minutes,
time it's gonna happen. No, the thing is, the Emerald got the capture point was flipping because of the heavy assault on the cap point, and he's still in the capture point, and he's killing the guys off. What the heck? On your right. Okay, so I guess what I'm getting at is that because this was already ticked down so much, Briggs did not stay at Anvari Frozen Reservoir. However, they are playing for the Biolab. That's interesting. You know, I guess you could give up that base because it'd be cut off.
Yeah, Farah, you've got the Biolab that's under contention. You've also got Matheson's Triumph, which is ticking down. Like a lapse in concentration from the Emerald Force Command. And that could be a serious issue that they have to deal with.
I've never actually paid attention to the grating under here before. Huh. Has anyone ever been down here before? Oh, this is kind of cool. There is, just underneath the generator. I was just curious. I've never actually looked underneath the grating and gone under here before. Oh, and I'm stuck.
Okay, so yeah, the Biolab, TR forces have failed to get a spawn camp on this base.
With only 2 capture points, it's going to be a massive reaction by the defenders. The SCU shield is ticking at 50 seconds. We have a quick look at map no, they're already on 52%. So the forces at Frozen Reservoir have come back to the Biolab. Pale Canyon is safe. Mathens Strength is a long 5-minute 30s, but it does give you some tempo. However, you still can be cut off from Frozen Reservoir into Pale Canyon. So if you did take Matheson, it wouldn't really matter. Big 48-96 fights going around Analytics. Small forces taking down the tech plant 5 minutes and 30 seconds, but it's really just small numbers. Oh wow, it's Grey Heron shipping, so the population dump that Briggs is kind of moving more to easterly. There's 24 to 48 waiting to go on Not Substation, and Grey Herring still has 12-24. Grey Herring's fully saved. Not Substation's going to start ticking down, and that could counter back. And the reason this is happening is because the rink is 12-24, so both teams going for offensive caps off of each other here. I'm not entirely sure whether or not committing 12 to 24 on Matheson's Triumph is the smart idea, but they're doing it. So I mean, who's going to blink first? Who's going to redeploy first and come back and save? Who can make a capture and a save at the same time? It's all to play for.
I mean, from the Briggs' FC perspective, is he's going to put pressure on these 3 bases. So you got Anvari Biolab, you got Matheson's Triumph, and you got the Isotech plant. If he puts enough pressure on all 3 of them bases, one of them will go eventually. If he keeps putting pressure on them, one of them will go.
Yeah, but
it's a problem.
The thing is that with Briggs making push plays for, say, the rink, they don't have air control. So the Air Force that's at Not Substation Grey Herring can just fly over to the rink, you know, and that's really painful because all the spawn sunders are dead for Briggs outside of, well, bar that one right there. You know, and they can be picked off relatively easily by the Air Force if they're paying attention. And the capture point is going to be more and more perilous because it's an external cap zone that's all about air control or the external outsides. I mean, it's all in Emerald's favour to recapture this base.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the rink at the moment. I mean, the TR halves under itself in the usual places to the south. You know, there's a lot of VS forces on that cap point.
They'd need reinforcements and a lot of it to take the rink. Now, as for, however, Not Substation, completely different base setup because it's way more difficult for the defenders, that being Briggs, to get out of the capture zone. Oh, however, the Air Force for Briggs is here. So that's just going to pound the capture zone, completely separate things. Do you think the Air Forces are avoiding each other?
It makes sense, you know, both of them are playing defensively, only being offensive when they need to be against ground forces. That would make sense.
Well, the Air Force is here. I guess they're looking for... stealth's under detected, but the Air Force can't necessarily see that. I guess the thing is that they are bombarding the capture zone, and there it is. It's finally beginning to flip. I imagine with the Air Force here, there's not enough infantry yet to actually make a difference. This is all Air Force, I think, that's actually over, not substation, and they need to get more numbers in. Defensive rank...
I mean, that could be a good call from their air platoon lead, going, you know what, depending on who they've got flying with them, if these guys are not as experienced flyers, then you keep them together and you go for ground targets. Why waste them? They're probably going to get beat out in dogfights. So use them effectively.
See, the Scythes are actually coming over to Not Substation, flying over. Yeah, they're chasing back the Briggs Air Force's Galaxy Force and Mosquitoes. They're having to pull back here. So the air control now on Not Substation is firmly back in the grasp of Emerald. We see the population drop because of the Air Force evacuating, and with 1 minute 10 seconds to go, we can see the difference. However, Briggs did go back to the rink with more numbers. 48 to 96 enemies has been dunked on the rink.
Have you ever seen a harasser on the roof of the rink?
Something tells me I'm about to.
No, it got destroyed, but I've just seen where he did it, and I've never seen that done before, and it's actually pretty obvious. There's a big spire that leads up to
the roof. Yeah, I see that. I bet you could drive asunder on that.
Yeah, more than likely. That'd be tricky.
What happens when a red harasser comes across a purple harasser?
They make the colour brown.
They make a blue harasser.
Maybe. Red car and the blue car had a race. If anyone, if he's old enough to remember that advert.
This one harasser's like, oh, he was gonna get his third kill.
Yeah, lots of uses of harassers here. A lot of harassers being used.
I think that, they know the reputation of each server, and they're just having a jolly old good time. Also, Valkyries. This is interesting. He's picking up his drivers. That's interesting. Or maybe they redeployed. Anyway, the capture point, still 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. We'll have a quick look at the map. It's not substation captured by the VS. VS going for not amp station, however, there are defenders. Rhyme Analytics is ticking down 24 to 48 and 48 to 96. Briggs doing two huge pushes into the center land. No one defending currently for Emerald in the center. Briggs making a save on a very south mark and counter pushing with small numbers on very frozen reservoir. 1224 dead population for Emerald on the biolab. Matheson's triumph, just harassment play, keeping the enemy off Pale Canyon Chemical. Tech plant fully saved, but neither Mountain Pass nor Ice the Southern Camp attacking. So, I mean, right now there are some offensive plays by Emerald. On the eastern flank is currently kind of going back, and the western flank is kind of ticking, but it's two center plays. The center is definitely in the favour here in the tempo of Briggs.
Yeah, this is smart play by Briggs. They've clearly seen a weakness in that eastern side and exploited it. I mean, it could have gone horribly wrong, and they could have lost Sierra, which would have stifled this. But now they have not Amp Station and Sierra. They are free to push into a lot of small bases.
We're about to lose this facility.
There we go. 44 seconds to go on the capture point.
Emerald FC a headache.
Well, the Air Force for Emerald is here. We can see the ESFs on the capture point, but they're not going to capture it. All the beacons are only TR from Briggs. Okay, yep, that's the... Okay, check this guy, Max Crash. From the teleport room. Big nanite investment. Check the harasser out here. Oh, but he's taken out by the Yukis one instead.
Yeah, that's a big... that's probably about 2 squads.
It's enough. You need your EMPs, you need your AV mines. C4 on the bridge, on the staircase. I mean, Briggs sees this coming. They know it's here. There's AV mines. What a kill! It's a kill in the AV mine, just absolutely wrecking on that door. Oh, but the capture is taken! They took too long with explosions! I know all of these maxes are going to get cleaned up. It's a massive waste of nanite resources. And with the rink captured, it allows an offensive attack into Apex Genetics right next door to Rhyme Analytics. Rhyme Analytics is 32 seconds away.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over
and look at all the harassers outside. They can't go inside and capture. Okay, double Galaxy on the roof. Oh wow, we thought 1 or 2 Sunders was bad last time. There's now 4 Sunders. 5 Sunders watching the outside entrance to the capture upper plateau.
Those proxy repair Sunders are also repairing the Galaxy on the roof, which is, you know, it's just chewing through people with those bulldogs.
Yeah, man, this is brutal for Emerald. I mean, their Air Force can only come to so many bases, and they also have 4 or 5, 6 Sunders outside on the road, just being a massive anti-air block. Yeah, and we got the Briggs air machine. This is brutal.
Burst maxes. 3 TR burst maxes all locked down. Air is coming nowhere near this place.
Not to mention they're using proxy repair galaxies on kind of like Overwatch, and all their Air Force can fall back and repair to. Tech plant, small harassment going on. Small harassment, Maths Triumph about to be saved. Looks like they're going to counter push in Vari Frozen Reservoir. That's got 60 seconds to go. The Biolab, although their outpop is attacked. The Apex Genetics, their outpop is attacked. Big Emerald play, and I mean big Emerald play, 48.96 going for no amp station. That's a huge commitment, given the nature of the base it is. It's a full 7-minute base capture, allowing the enemy to come back in at their own discretion. Yeah, like one big push, you get 2 platoons in there. That push is that VS push will be ended. They can't leave it too late. Okay, 32 seconds to go on the capture at Anvari Frozen Reservoir. Population-wise is growing in the favor of Emerald, up to 59%. And rising. 23 seconds to go. We see plenty of purple Emerald downstairs on the ground floor, moving up to the capture point. This is it. They got plenty of time to run to the zone. But they're being stalled by that heavy assault, absolutely ripping into them onto that one staircase. But he's shot from behind, and that's at the capture point on the alternate staircase is taken.
So this is interesting. I'm actually following 3 proxy repair Sunderers, all with dual basilisks. Now, some people might scoff at the basilisk and go, you know, that's a terrible gun. You know what? You have 6 of them firing at you. That can do some considerable damage.
Let me heal you.
Yeah, and thing is, all right. So you're Briggs, right? You're 53 to 44. Where do you go next? I mean, the amps.
This is clever, man. These Sunders actually have all the gunners in the Sunders are actually anti-air maxes.
So they just jump out and just pew pew.
Yeah. Very nice.
Whereabouts is this?
This is just next to Rhyme, just south.
I knew it. They are. So the force that was at Rhyme has moved on to Apex Genetics. Yeah. And this allows, kind of, I guess, an alternative push to Stillwater.
You know what? Yeah, they're gonna cut Grey Heron off.
That is ballsy, and it would totally work.
We don't even need to say Grey Heron. We're just going to take Stillwater, which is an actually easier base to take with the vehicles, and we're just going to cut Grey Heron off, and you can't redeploy there anymore.
And the Air Force is overhead, but this is a slightly trickier base capture to pull off. It's still open, it's still exposed. The Air Force overhead is that of Emerald, not Briggs. Both teams are really far away from the warp gate, slightly more so for the attackers of Briggs. But look, the fact is, the amp station is still ticking down. 3 minutes to go. Huge numbers, 48 to 96, and we're probably going to go there. It won't matter when they're cut off, I get that, but it only matters if Briggs captures the space. If they're held to a draw and they lose the amp station, then obviously this works mega in Emerald's vision. Oh wow, Emerald actually took down both shields, and Briggs choosing not to repair, or maybe Briggs just chose not to repair the shields at all, making it far more exposed on the capture zone.
That would make sense. That's a smart play.
Oh wow, all the bodies on the capture point. Still 2 minutes to go. Massive C4 and grenades. Dear lord, it's a massacre! And now the shields are up. There are no Sunders on the inside for the attackers, so they're cut off. All of the Emerald force is cut off, and the fact is, the SEU, I think, is being charged. Yes, it is. It's being charged with 60 seconds to go, but the fact is they've got Sunders on the outside. Is it possible to defuse Sunders? An infantry. They're defending the SU. What else have we got going on here? It's going 96 plus now. Apex Genetics has stalled. Briggs been pushed back by a 48 to 96 defensive force by Emerald. The SU charged at 38 seconds on no amp station.
That's a lot of people in the SU.
Where's this population coming from? The entire western flank. Yeah, the west is dead. The only last fight is currently going at Enviro Reservoir, where Briggs is taking it back.
There must be a Sunder to the south.
Yeah, there's a Sunder on the user spot on the rear end. And it's allowing them into the SU.
SU door at the back.
Now the fact is, does Briggs have a deployed Sunder? Yes, they do, but it's right on the entrance point of the SU itself. It's a mini lane smash through the SU of the no amp station.
I mean, even if
alright, let's use down.
to somehow, yeah, well, Briggs, sorry, Emerald have got the
Oh,
SU.
dude, look at all the Sunders in the V-Bay. For Briggs, they just brought in extra spares in case anything goes wrong. I don't see how. I don't see. Oh wow, and the counter push as well. No, the massive. There's the max counter push with the infantry. That's it. It's game over. I mean, it's absolute brutal slaughter fest of grenades and explosives.
You know, if you're the Briggs guys here, you go, all right, we've got the point held down. Let's get a minute or two. Then get some guys on the walls, get some maxes, pound the maxes, get rid of those Sunders, fight over.
Show them.
But the counter push by Emerald here, I mean, this is a meat grinder if ever. Ah! But the cap's going up, and the SU, as you said correctly, which the shield has gone up. No more reinforcements for Emerald can get into the cap zone. That's it. The fact is, even if they did get res grenades and held the SU down, it doesn't matter. The cap zone's out of control. That's the base slowly coming back in favour.
Generators, one generator is up, I think.
So Apex Genetics was saved, and now there's a big 24-48 force from Emerald on the rink, ticking it down. Only just started. Enviro Frozen Reservoir and Enviro South Bank are both in the hands now of Briggs, although small kind of harassment numbers at the tech plant, harassment numbers at Matheson's Triumph. Isa Mountain Pass was 1 minute and 20 seconds to go, but now 2 squads, 1.5 squads of Briggs has turned up to make a save, so they should make a save.
Yeah, so I mean, it really does feel at the moment that Emerald are on the back foot here. Obviously they're losing territory, and they've gone into defensive mode. You know, they can't make ground on that west side because every time they do, Briggs just shifts pop over, gets rid of them, brings it back to this east side. Briggs is all offensive at the moment.
Yeah, so we still have 24-48 for Emerald on rink. No defenders at the moment, but there's a big overpop committal currently by Briggs. Making the save and not. They could quite easily counter push back at substation and Grey Herring perhaps, but I wonder if that population is going to perhaps go back to the rink. Nothing else is currently going on on the map in terms of serious crises. So the population that's currently at naught could go to the rink, make a save there, and we see that is actually what's happening. Oh, a fresh Valkyrie double drop back on Ice and Mountain Pass with 2 minutes to go. The defenders of Briggs have been, they're just not here. They only had small numbers and they left, which means this is now no longer a 4-minute base capture, it's a 2-minute base capture. And they've got the population and the deployed Sunder. They could totally get this.
I mean, even if they do, it goes nowhere. This cap goes nowhere. It's nice to have, but Briggs could take this back anytime during the match.
It's extra territory.
True, but are we near the end of the match? No, I think it's possibly just a buffer for the tech plant at the moment.
Every territory helps. You threaten maybe Sarah listening, you can flip some points, maybe you can push rink. No, to check the population out. 48-96, currently just dunked on rink.
Yeah, they're going in for this one.
So, I mean, they've made the save here. They don't want to lose this. I mean, it's threatening the entire eastern flank of Emerald.
And it still astounds me that people use the spawn room in this base. It is nowhere near the optimal way of getting into this base. You just cut down on those bridges. Like, if you're going to seriously take a defense on Ice and Mountain Pass, you use this under the garages.
Yeah, we see some harassment forces from Briggs, Briggs harassers.
We do see TR Forces grouping.
Ice and Mountain Pass back to 34 seconds. We'll check that one again. Oh, Briggs
yeah,
Galaxy
okay,
reinforcements.
on the
They're on the roof though. Galaxy's on the roof. Briggs is on top stairs. The thing is, the capture point's downstairs on the ground floor. Not through the building.
Match now. 45
Not through the building. Go to the ground floor. You've dropped in the wrong place. Oh, but they're being shot from behind. Oh. No, but the thing is, they went in through the building, not into the ground floor to the cap zone. That's it. So that is
systematically clear the building, but when you're up against that many numbers,
and you're in such a short time frame, you just gotta go for it. Okay, so that's fantastic play there by Emerald, getting themselves a mountain pass back. They do need to make another save in the tech plant. They do need to push off the annoying harassment forces of Matheson's Triumph. The biolab was really close. Actually, it still is ticking down with 1 minute to go. They're trying to catch off guard, low numbers, and then just dunking population and rushing it. They had all 3 capture points. The SU's ticking down. They're losing A though. They did do a spawn room contain, but they're being pushed back. Oh, 5 or 6 Max is currently crashing out onto the A point, rotating around to Banana, going to Bravo.
This is doable though. You know, the TR forces could do this.
No, I think there's too much of the losing Bravo. It was a nice try, and keeping them on their toes is fine for Briggs, but Emerald's made a save here. Now the thing is, Emerald has got a huge play at Rhyme Analytics. 48 to 96 is dominating the base. However, there's a small harassment of genetics, probably not going to go anywhere. Ice and Mountain base is being re-attacked by Briggs now after they lost it. But the other crucial thing is 1224 of Briggs is on Not Substation, trying to take that base back to threaten Grey Heron shipping.
Yeah, I think Emerald want to secure up their line. If they can hold Ice and Mountain Pass, get Rhyme back, and put pressure on Ice's southern camp, it means it solidifies the side, the middle to western lanes, which they need to do. They need to stop being under pressure here.
Okay, difference here. I mean, although there's a lot of population, we don't see the same force multipliers of Sunders and everything around the capture building. However, it looks like most of their forces are actually being used to spawn camp, essentially the spawn room and teleport exit.
Big force on the rink as well. Big force. I'm saying that there's a massive TR force at Apex. Oh, okay.
Oh, they've been counter-done. Yeah, they've been outplayed. So the Ring Force can't capture due to the larger redeployed force on Apex Genetics. However, with Rhyme Analytics about to become freed up, it's to be seen where they go next.
TR are staging another counter-attack on the biolab, you know.
Yeah, not sure that's going anywhere. The fact is, if I was the Emerald Force, I'd perhaps go to Ice and Mountain Pass next, make a save on Mountain Pass, maybe threaten Zero, or I guess you have to go to Apex, but then again, Not Substation is getting slightly reinforced by Briggs, and that's only got a minute to go. It's all the paces are going back and forth all the time here. It's not a stalemate.
Yeah, you can always tell with this is what Emerald used to do back in last season's match, or even before then. You put so many camps on that the entire line of the fights were just, the timers were going constantly. And Briggs are doing the exact same thing. You've got fights going on all over the map here.
We're about to lose this facility.
Currently watching the fight going on at Not Substation on the building to the north overlooking the spawn room. Briggs choosing to defend this building rather than the cap point, which makes sense. Oh man, the Air Force has turned up for the last 25 seconds as well. I mean, this is pretty much going to go through. Apex Genetics is being saved. Oh wow, Mountain Pass is still going through with a minute 20. We'll go check that one out. It's looking at immediate recapture.
So I mean, Farah, you actually FC'd this, the Miller Force on this layout. So I mean, how did you find it when you FC'd
Well,
this?
all the fighting was primarily on the western flank, and then the weak lane, we were fighting, we were trying to push into Watson's Redemption to tie up the center. Whereas the weaker flank was actually at Not Substation, which we're looking at right now, was going back and forth, constantly having to send reinforcements there, which meaning that the other lanes couldn't be pushed. So you had 4 strong lanes, but 1 weak lane, and all the momentum you gained from the other 4 lanes had to be lost to save the eastern flank. At least that's my experience of it. But this is a completely different way of playment that we've seen from both teams. choosing to ignore Pale Canyon and then coming back to it later.
I think I was mistaken when I said there'll be a lot of fighting at Pale Canyon. It's nice to see. It'd be interesting if any of the forces actually did train to get to Apex Genetics, because this base never gets far on live.
I'm not entirely sure what the Valkyrie dropping here from Briggs is trying to accomplish. They're just sort of sending... It's like red clay pigeon shooting.
Oh, Biolab.
Yes, that's possible again. Tech Plant's halfway. Apex Genetics hasn't been gone the full way. Dude, there's 24 to 48 VS on Rink again, waiting for it to go through. I mean, they could be so outplayed here at any moment, but it looks like it's actually going to go through.
Good squad lead could have seen that and gone, you know what, we're going to go and drop that. Not to say that Briggs don't have good squad leads, just saying, observation is critical.
Well, the Briggs Air Force is overhead on Isa Mountain Pass, but it doesn't look like it's going to make the play. I mean, they're up to 40. No, okay, the defenders are 48.96 now. Tech Plant. Dude, check it. Tech Plant. They've pushed in a proper force now with 3 minutes 20 to go. 24.48. The Biolab didn't go anywhere. No, 48.96, and it's been saved.
But a lot of them people have put maxes and the Tech Plant's now open. So
yep, we'll go check out the Tech Plant cap now. We see that there is a 50-50, 24-48 fight going at Not Substation, but not necessarily progressing anywhere. Briggs has to deal with a larger population from Emerald, currently moving at Greyhound, possibly moving to Not Sub, that could be the Air Force. Rink is being attacked, but it's not necessarily going anywhere after the first 30 seconds. However, they do have 2-to-1 number advantage. They're about to save Ice and Mountain Pass, and with this kind of lockdown, they could hypothetically safeguard Rime Analytics and Ice and Mountain Pass by getting a cap on Rosero. But the Tech Plant is...
21 seconds left on the SCU at the Tech Plant.
Do you have a Sunder
SCU
setup?
is going to go down. No, Briggs do not have any Sunder.
Oh, maybe that's why they're playing
inside. Yeah, they've just gone straight for the SCU, which will go down in...
Do you think it's can they hold it though?
Wow, I mean that's the thing. They've got nobody on that point.
Oh, they got a lot of people in the staircase and on the SCU. Emerald choosing some of them to take the under tunnel. Yeah. But Max, oh man, okay, so some closer support Valkyries, that's hilarious. And Max is going to the SU, those who are still alive. Oh man, but they're being absolutely dominated by Zephyr. Liberate overheads killed all the Maxes, and any forces that were trying to get inside were held by the tier force on the staircase. SU's destroyed, 1 minute and 50 to go. Still even numbers. The capture point. Yeah, we'll go check that out. It's no Sundra. But the thing is, there's no tier forces because all of them are at the SCU. And the fact
did the smart thing and destroyed the terminals. They couldn't get any Sundra.
Well, the thing is, now they can actually repair one of the terminals, get themselves a deployed Sundra, and give themselves a spawn option.
Yep.
Okay, looking at the rest of the map, we see the VS are retaking Not Substation with 2-to-1 or 60-40 numbers. So we'll check that out. Briggs is saving the Rink. Biolab is about to be fully resecured. And Vary South Bank is like this small fight going back and forth, but now it's been reinforced 12-24. Mathson's Tramp's not necessarily going anywhere. And Rime Analytics, small harassment force. Rink, yeah, as we said, it's been saved. Right, we'll go to Not Sub now.
So I'm still at the Tech Plant. I'm looking. There's like still maybe 2-3 squads.
Galaxy drop. There's a fresh gal drop by Briggs actually on the roof.
Yep, yeah, they were waiting for reinforcements. That makes sense.
But it's going to be like a 3-minute base cap if they flip it now.
Briggs, Emerald haven't got any Sunders up. Oh no, sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Just drop one in.
Yeah, it's deployed. Goku Sundra at the V Bay is actually deployed now, so they do have spawn option. That needs to die if Briggs is going to take this immediately.
Briggs players would be screaming to get that down.
They've got all the people though. I mean, they've got all the pop. Oh, it's the stealth Sundra though, so they don't see it. There's none on the minimap on the radar. Is anyone going to pay attention?
Yeah, they've seen that. There's no way they haven't seen it yet.
And then that is definitely known. Alright, C4 has been dropped on it already. There it is, gone.
That's so
okay, capture point in the hands of Briggs. 2 minutes to go. Oh, they got so many people on the base. Oh, check it out. This is the big play. 96 plus at 65%. Everyone
There's
has
no
come to
reason
the
not
tech
to.
plant.
They get this. It's yeah, that's the only blocker that Emerald then have are Anvarian and Matson's Triumph. They're going to start hemorrhaging bases after this, I think.
Oh, is that working? I think it is. Oh, interesting. Oh, hold on, guys.
That's interesting that the VS, there's VS harassers here. With, I'm guessing there'll be engineers in there because it's hackers and, you know, they're smart. They're choosing not to repair the SCU. They have no faith in this actually going.
Yeah, so I've put the bug
Being
back on,
friendly.
guys, because it's actually working. The score is actually accurate, I think. Although it's 53-44. You know what? Actually, I don't think that bug is working. This is Lampjaw's work that is currently going on. If that's not accurate in a few seconds, I think we might turn it off again. That is the bug that we want to work with as we watch Briggs fighting for the tech plant. It's just that the reason we're not using it right now is because it's still a little bit glitchy as we work to get a proper system up again. 46-51, no, it is accurate. There you go. No, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh,
one final note. Sorry, I meant to mention is that the game clock is going off of the referee, and the referee game clock is that countdown clock right there. That's the one that matters. So I think I'll just move that over into position, so there's no confusion when he counts down and you realise there's a missync of a few seconds.
So yeah, Briggs got the tech plant.
The facility is lost for the moment.
It's
So, I
not
mean,
pretty, but there you go. It's not pretty, but it works. That's all we're after right now. Okay, as you said, Briggs got the tech plant. It was almost anticlimactic at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it looked like the VS resecured it, but Briggs, just stuck onto the SCU and waited for the reinforcements.
Okay, so let's get a brief rundown of what's going on. We got 12-24 from Emerald attempting to recapture Jaeger's Fist, but that's a 3-minute base capture. We see that the Emerald is taking Anvari Frozen Reservoir with 30 seconds to go. Matheson's Triumph 24-48, harassing Matheson's Triumph, going down to a 3.5-minute base capture. A defensive save Rhyme Analytics by Emerald, and Apex Genetics also another defensive save. So Emerald is being caught in defensive saves. Briggs has saved not Substation as well. So the next base to go is going to be Frozen Reservoir, and then possibly it looks like Briggs is choosing to try and get Esamir Munitions Corp next. Oh,
I think Emerald are just a bit worried about being hit at the.
It's called Matheson's Triumph. We also call it, Munitions Corp. It's amazing you still use the old names.
Esamir Munitions Corp.
Like Octagon, which is, Warson's Redemption.
That's how you know people are veterans when they call it the Octagon. When you got all the new players going, what's an Octagon?
It's an 8-sided shape. Don't you take maths?
Not for the last 15 years.
I see. Oh, there you go. Right, well, that is a base capture at Frozen Reservoir, and uncontested cap currently going on at Jaeger's Fist. All the populations at Matheson's Triumph, you totally give up Jaeger's Fist to get Matheson's Triumph. I guess that's where we're going to have to go next.
I'm at Matheson's Triumph, it's a spawn camp.
Oh, wow.
Not that many vehicles, though. Not that many vehicles. A big push could save this base. They're just going to do it very quickly. See, spawns under us by the VR. They're guarded by a lot of anti-air stuff, strikers, burst maxes, so they're not going to get picked off too easily.
Oh, hey Lambjaw, he's in chat. Hey, nice to meet you, mate. Yeah, we were having some consternations earlier on, so we turned it off, and now we turned it back on, and I like the fact that it's working. However, if I was to offer some on-screen criticism, do you notice the teeny-weeny little green bar down here? That's the little pixing on the chroma key. We need to fix that. And also, the game clock currently runs off system clocks, so if mine and the referee's system clocks on our PCs are slightly different, it means there's not a sync up. Now, we originally had that on the old system with Maelstrom, and he had some sort of system. So, I mean, all the power to you, sir. I'll leave that in your capable hands. But we're definitely getting there.
VS have just took Matson's triumph back.
We saw that, yeah, on the crash on the A point. I was watching that now. But the fact is, if you're Briggs, hold lockdown Bravo and Charlie. I mean, I know the... Oh, okay, they're losing it slowly now.
A lot of maxes.
What population are we talking here? 55%? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that big. I mean, if I was Briggs now, you know, you'd be pushing for Biolog.
What, keeping them on their feet, taking it down? You can't push for the Biolab. You've lost the two surrounding bases.
Yeah, I mean, do you take the surrounding bases?
But what's interesting to me is, although they are outpopped, they are trying to push Greyhound shipping, but they're outnumbered 56 to 46. The Rink is in a defensive attempt by small numbers, but it is ticking down 3 minutes to go. Sarah Listing's been harassed. Rhyme Analytics, again, also being harassed. It's all 50-50 numbers here. Just slight sketches back and forth. The population imbalance is because of Pale Canyon Chemical. There's like 2+ squads of Briggs on Pale Canyon, probably maybe re-attacking Frozen Reservoir, but this is why there's an imbalance elsewhere in the map.
I would probably say the guys at Pale Canyon are the guys that just got kicked off the Matson's Triumph. So they're maybe regrouping for another push on Matson's Triumph, although it is kind of pointless. You want to keep people on there, but, you know, send them elsewhere, because...
I need to adjust my chroma threshold? Okay.
Well, you've just thrown the ball into Emerald's court here and gone, right, well, you now have 4 minutes 50 to defend Matson's Triumph, but we can pull Pop away, go and attack another base, or if you pull Pop away, we'll just dump our Pop back on it. You know, it's I think it's both FCs are kind of staring each other in the eye and going, well, you make the first move.
Oh, he's right.
Then again, I'm probably rambling again.
No, it's fine. It's fine. While I totally read 2-minute delayed chat. Well done, Lampjo. I solved the green thingy-majiggy on the line, on the thingy and the bug and the thing. Yeah, good job. Dude, listening to proxy chat's awesome.
Oh, I have mine turned off.
No, you gotta turn it on.
There's a lot of Aussies in there.
Where's my proxy? Smile, you're on camera! That's me screaming, smile, they're on camera. Admittedly, the transmit button's not on OBS, but that's not the point.
Yeah, your transmit button for proxy is also on TeamSpeak.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's fascinating.
Don't walk in front of my turret.
So yeah, VS have pushed the off Grey Heron. Taking that.
Oh, while we're talking about, I guess, on-screen improvements, this is the only way I can get Lampjaw's kind of attention. Hey, Lamp. How awesome would it be, see on the scoreboard, right, you know how we have the thing, this lower bar actually moved depending on who has more territory. That kind of gives you an understanding of progress, and maybe on the top section where the numbers are, we could embose or embed the faction logo or the server deco logo into it, so you get a better feel of who's what and where. It's just me giving you ideas. Anyway, Briggs is here at Rhyme Analytics in huge numbers. I mean, they just dump more population as we actually go back to the battle rather than our necessities of messing with scorekeeping.
Briggs have just stuck a lot of people on Grey Heron, and they've been
It's not Sunders.
I don't think they've realised.
Oh, they have been backcapped, yes, so Emerald is making the play on not sub, and there's like a squad and a half kind of out of position. Rink is also going down 24-48 while Rhyme is going through. It's going to be a base trade here. Oh, the tech plant is fully secured. We didn't notice the ice and mining operation. Small scale number fighting going on there as well.
This makes sense. It's clever play. Just buffer the tech plants.
It's interesting how there are some really big fights, and then you've got like 1-2 squad ones, and then you've got the really small sub 12 numbers, and those are the important ones because whoever gets kind of control takes it down for a few minutes, and then when it gets to that 2-minute marker, then all of a sudden the reinforcements come in and force the base through.
Yeah, it's good, solid, smart play by your squads. These guys put the pressure on, set up a nice area for your rest of your forces to come in. If they do that correctly, you can get population over there very quickly.
It's a medic, like by the window on the door with an amp, just pistol whipping along. Hey Dave. Oh wow, and he's killing off the VS whatever. Oh, he's got another kill! What the hell, man? This is amp-rific. It's working! Oh, wait, how did you die? Oh, well, I'm guessing that's mega lag. Yeah, to be honest, this is probably really, really laggy because people are just falling over.
So yeah, pressure's off, not substation.
Wow, there we go.
And VS are going to take the rink unless the TR are careful. Yeah.
Well, Briggs is counter pushing it, as you said, at Very South. They're losing the offensive cap on a very frozen reservoir. Isom mining operation has been saved. Now it's up to Briggs. Briggs is actually playing for Aurora Material Lab, pushing deep. They're making a save on not substation, and the Gary Herring ship. Either base could go through. It's one of those odd instances where both bases in a lane are in play. And now we're going to head over to the rink, which is the Emerald push for I guess the Briggs base. I'm not seeing any like defensive forces, and they've got the population advantage.
They've kicked them out.
They've just sacrificed, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, looking at what Briggs are going to do here, or what they're trying to do, is they're trying to cut off Masson's Triumph.
Well, maybe they went to Apex and Stillwater and they didn't pull it off. We've got 24 minutes to go. What if they got Aurora, which they won't, then Manny Lake, which they won't, and then Manny Bio, which they won't, and that'll cut off the entire eastern flank?
Yeah, I don't think they'd go for that. I think they would go for Freya, though, because that would cut off Manson's Triumph. And Freya's an easy point of base.
Oh, back to Freya, geothermal into Amp, and then cutting off Triumph, mining ops. Yeah, no, actually, that's actually way better than my dumbass idea. And Freya's definitely a base that you can capture. But the proximity, yeah, okay, I can see where that could go. Oh, and very South Bank, 29 seconds, so go check that guy out. Uh, 8 seconds to go. Air Force is here from... Well, actually, tell you what, it's a mixed bag. It looks like more is Briggs. Briggs on the roof. 1 second to go. And as you said... oh, man! Briggs! Emerald is on the room, but they're not got enough people. Briggs has kept control. It was a mixed bag on the capture point, but Briggs has recaptured a link to the... to the biolab, yeah, but there's 57%. The fact is, with deployed Sunners around the base, hypothetically, I mean, Emerald could recapture this base instantly. Oh, wow, and there's a big population redrop on Isom mining operation. So that is counting back down again in favour now of Briggs after being saved by Emerald.
So, I mean, yeah, you look at this as an FC and go, alright, maybe we put pressure on the biolab, create a pop sink there, that will draw forces away from the Aurora to Freya Cap. YMCA.
No, dude, seriously, someone's doing proxy chat, so I need to find them. It's a shame the enemy can't hear proxy chat sometimes.
Yeah, oh, that'd be horrible.
Well, it probably would be. It's not a good idea.
Glorious, but it'd be horrible.
Nah, because then you'd be like, go over here or do that. Well, okay, there you go. Isom mining operation goes through. Briggs turns up and grabs it. There's too few of Emerald, too late.
You know what I don't see at Aurora, which I'm not sure whether the Briggs guys know about or not, is you can get harassers in this base, like easily.
We'll check that fresh push out.
Marauder harassers in Aurora. I mean, NC, if you're playing NC, you want canister harassers in, and they just shut down the teleporter room.
Can you check? Yeah, that's true. And you're watching Aurora, and I'll watch Grey Heron right now. But Grey Heron, Air Force control, because it's such an open exposed base, is currently in favour of Briggs. I'm not seeing like the Emerald Air Force control. The external base is very hard to get any vehicles. I don't even think you can unless like some sort of YOLO, I don't know, afterburner into the base thing, and even then I'm not sure the value of it. But we got Maxes and infantry, 60 seconds to go. Oh, actually we've got a Emerald Max on the capture zone. Briggs falling back to the cap zone, sitting on it, 60 seconds to go, still above the cap zone. We've got Emerald moving in. Perfectly balanced populations at 50-50, 48 plus each team, or up to 48 I think. Yeah, it's 48-96, 48 plus.
I'm at Aurora. There is one VS guy, 2 VS guys here. I'm looking at one.
What's the time on the base?
1 minute 20. Like, there's been one VS here for so long. Like, this poor light assault, he's like, yeah, alright, I'll take on all of you. Poor guy. But yeah, I don't think the VS are going to take this back, man.
42 seconds to go. Briggs is going really hard on this capture point. 35 seconds to go. We'll check the map out after the space is either saved or captured. Where are you going, sir? That probably didn't work as intended.
One squad start to pour into raw materials. These guys. Oh, okay, Galdron.
20 minutes remaining in the match now. 20 minutes.
Yeah, these guys are going to get whacked, man. There's just not enough population here from the VS.
Well, 40 seconds to go, and Emerald's getting desperate. And the problem is Briggs is actually pushing them back. Yeah, they're counter pushing them off the point.
You can see it already. The late to defenses, they're just overstretching now.
There we go. Okay.
Too many fires to put out.
Grey Herring flips, and as you say, Aurora Materials is on the verge of flipping right now. And do they have people in geothermal? Oh wow, they got so many people outside. I mean, they're right on the cap zone area, but they can't get to the cap point in time. There's too many defensive people. They don't have enough people on the point by like a second or two, and that's it. It literally was 1 or 2 seconds too late on the capture point.
That was actually, Briggs were quite lucky there. I mean, that wasn't them playing it smart. I think they just kind of, I think they did fuck, excuse the French, but I think they fucked it a bit there.
And dude, check that out. Instantly, Aurora Materials cannot be messed with because double caps on Manny Lake and Freya Geothermal ticking down. We don't have a cap on Stillwater. 2448 of Emerald is waiting there, but Grey Heron Shipping, it has been capped, and Aurora Materials has been capped. And Vary South Bank is being saved by the TR. Frozen Reservoir is being saved by the VS. And Matheson's Triumph is taking a long time to save for Emerald at 3 minutes and 42 seconds. And there's a huge pop sink in Matheson's Triumph trying to make a save. 24-48 being dead pop, not necessarily elsewhere. We see that.
No point with that time.
It's a balanced split. Oh, dude. How do you control your forces if you're just like one platoon leader? Because you've got a balanced 12-24 at Manny Lake and you've got a balanced 12-24 at Freya Geothermal. You probably value Freya Geothermal more and you go there, but then do you give up Manny Lake? We can actually see that the population is going to Manny Lake.
This doesn't make any sense from the VS. You don't. The biolab's your buffer. They're not going to take the biolab. They will take Freya. Don't give them a link to Freya. Now, as a platoon leader, you'd be looking at that and going, all right. From the TR side, I'd be going, right, split both my forces, put equal pop on either side. Whichever one they redeploy to in force, I just move them guys off and put them into the base. Take one of these bases and force your hand.
Okay, so Fred Geothermal was 50-50 numbers, and there's overpop for Briggs at Manny Lake Satellite by 64-36. Fred Geothermal is infinitely the harder base to take. We're currently just watching the Manny Lake Satellite cap with 2 minutes 20 to go.
I mean, yeah, the Freya satellite's way more important because it gives you a link to the arm station, and once you're in the arm station, you're not getting kicked out unless with a big force. So the VS would need to dump this out very quickly.
And it looks like, yeah, okay, so Manny Lake Satellite, the Briggs force is actually pushing. Dude, if they get the biolab, that cuts off the entire eastern lane.
Yeah, I mean,
like, seriously, if I'm like, oh wow, they're already playing for Anvari Biolab as well. There's fires everywhere for Emerald to put out. I don't even know where to go at the moment. I mean, there's so many things going on. Right, okay, we'll check out Freya Geothermal cap because it looks like they'll probably get Manny Lake. Oh man, this is chaos. It's collapsing now here for Emerald. It was kind of stable, but it's just falling apart. And this is a 90-minute. Oh man, this is a 90-minute base cap. Imagine if it was like 120 minutes.
I mean, you know, the interesting thing I've just thought about then is, whilst we have seen the Air Force, a lot of this has been done with simply force multipliers and population balance, and putting the right population on the right base.
Oh, it's the infiltrator! It's the infiltrator! He's still alive, he got a snipe! Oh no, he's down! Josh! Josh, no!
That could have been the light assault on Aurora. What a guy. Absolute him.
Yeah, well, that's it. Freya Geothermal goes down, and now we've got the potential for Manny Lake and Freya Geothermal. Oh, the Biolab is saved on the a 0-second marker. Dear me. And the rink is possibly going down as well, 50 seconds. So many fires to put out. A push in the Biolab or a push in Freya Amp Station, double cuts off huge amounts of what remains of Emerald's territory.
In all fairness, the TR guys, just pull them out of the rink. Get them out of there. Get them into the Biolab or Freya. No point being at the rink.
Oh yeah, we're currently checking the rink fight now, and Emerald making the save. Looks like, yes, 3 minutes till a full base save though, and the fact is that only really matters if they can't then push out, and they have to get a cap on Cyril listening.
They'd be banging their heads against Sierra. There's no way they'll be able to cap in that.
Yeah, the fact is, if they cut off Cyril, there's a massive amount of territory that's cut off, because from Cyril there's a single line all the way going in the north. But Cyril's such a difficult base to capture, and you've only got 14 minutes left in this base, in this match to go.
Yeah, double that time and then you may take it. But yeah, put TR forces, get them off. VS forces, there's no need for you guys to be there either. You need to go and stop the Biolab from capping, which is at 1 minute 53.
Right, okay, so I guess we'll Biolab 1 minute 40. Oh my goodness.
Spawn camp? Yeah, spawn camp. And now, late in the game as well, VS might be running out of resources. Well, both teams will be running out of resources, so it's like Max Crash is probably not viable.
You're not going to give us Envari Biolab? Fine, we'll take Manny Biolab instead.
Yeah. Look at Freya Amp Station.
Rise to the moment you can.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's what they were going for. It's like, you know what? You can defend Maximus Triumph from all you want. We're just gonna cap round you. I mean, this is it's sad to see, because from an Emerald FC's point of view, you can see this coming a mile away. It's just how do you deal with it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, the Biolab, I mean, they're spawning in. The SU's been charged. The B point, the A point, they're kind of flickering back and forth. But as soon as the SU goes round, I don't see the. No. I tell you what, the North airpad does have Sunder deployed. So I mean, there is reinforcements if the SU goes down. B point actually is going back in the hands, or was that the VS kind of getting their hands on it?
Yeah,
no, it looks like
VS have taken it.
Okay, so it's stalling to 40 seconds. Man, I mean, the fact is,
go around banana, which they are doing. Yeah, they're going around.
Yeah, they got 51% now.
But even still, Freya's going through.
Looks like the SCU is going to be saved. Oh, dude, but they're taking so long. They're taking forever to get to Charlie going around the banana. This is 3 seconds. What? No way! Oh, but the A point! The A point's flipping! Oh, I can't believe I'm missing it, but they took the A point back and they got it! Look at that. Cut off. Bang.
Some poor VS infiltrator just stood here on the SCU gen, though, as it blew.
Dead territory right now just happened, and Stillwater Watch is now ticking down. The rink can theoretically... Oh, wow. There's a 96 plus at Zero listing post. So I guess, and Freyr Amp's going to go through as well. I mean, the problem is, let me get this right. If you're Matheson and you save Matheson's Triumph, right? You have to fly in there to do that. And then you do get their entire population's on Zero listing post. Then you cut off the TR territory, everything that they've taken.
This is a ballsy play by them.
But you're not
if this
reconnecting your stuff, though. They need to get Freya Ramp back, which they're not going to get. And look, I think it's so basis from TR. They're doubling down.
If they can hold Matheson's Triumph,
they can reconnect.
And the VS cut off Sierra, all that
via traverse,
all that terrain, those bases they've capped don't matter anymore.
Well, it's also via the it's Stillwater or North Point perhaps would take too long. Yeah, but the thing is, Rink, Apex, and Stillwater could reconnect as well. I mean, I think Emerald knows the game's up and they have to play desperate, like really desperate. But this isn't going to cut off enough territory. All this territory in the south means they're still going to have a huge advantage. And why is the bug not updated? Does it not? Oh, it still counts cut off territory. Oh yeah, Lampjaw, bro. What's going on with the bug, man? You're counting cut-off territory. Cut-off territory can't be included. Oh, that would be really bad if that was like, I don't know, any game that was even vaguely serious. Okay, let's go have a look Stack Central on Zero Listening Post.
Yeah, I'm heading over there as well.
I'm guessing Command just said, everybody on Zero Listening Post.
It was a good fight at the beginning.
Now, here's a question for you, right? Can Briggs be accused of stacking if they brought everybody from their server to fill out the team? Because he did bring everyone that was good and everyone that was bad.
I don't know, what's the furnace doctrine say about such matters?
That got buried a long time ago.
I see a lot of Air Force by Emerald, but I don't see that many vehicles.
So, yeah, the territory control is actually... percentage-wise, it's 67 to 17. I'm not entirely sure how Lamp calculates it, but we'll probably turn the bug off here just so it's not overly confusing.
I would hazard a guess for even with the territory thing and Lampjaw's thing, that Briggs have pretty much won this one. I'm not a massive betting man.
Yeah, but
I would put a bet on this.
34%. 4896 has now turned up to see your listening post. There's no defenders elsewhere. Now Briggs is just going for blood. They're attacking everything everywhere.
Briggs is going for Wadgate. Look at Freya Northern Barracks.
To Crystal Ridge, Manny Tower into Haven Outpost. 8 minutes left. 8 minutes. No, because you need to get Paleo Solar Array. You don't have enough time to do that. They can get Haven and they can get Crystal Ridge, however.
Yeah, touch the Wadgate.
There we go. Sorry about that, Lamp. Yeah, I think, man, and then like there's now a reconnect. It's a connection now from Rhyme and Stillwater. There's like it's a giant circle. This is
7 minutes remaining in the match now. 7 minutes.
Still 96 plus. Still a mega fight going on at the Zero Listening. Well, do you think they'll get enough point in time? 6 and 30, 6 and 40. Yeah, they will actually. Manny Fortress is going to go down. Manny Tower is going to go down. Manny Freyr Northern Barracks, Freyr Substation. Yeah, it is as it says. They're going for a cutoff, and they are defending Matheson's Triumph. So I guess it kind of will countercap. Thing is, if you're Briggs, right? Do you send more population in as it gets down to the 1 minute marker? You get all the territory that you can possibly get your hands on and grab it, and then you just go and stall Zero beyond the ServerSmash.
I honestly, if there's a response going to Sierra, I don't think we'll see it. I think it's going to the Wadgate, to be fair. They don't care about Sierra.
They'll be cut. Well, the thing is, without getting Matheson, which I tell you what, it's 60 seconds.
They won't be cut off. They'll gain it back with North Point.
That is, well, you can fly in there and screw with that. The Manny Tower has been saved, I guess. Freyr Northern Barracks is obtained. Crystal Comeridge needs to go in the next minute and 40 seconds to count. Apex Genetics has been saved. We're still sub 2 minutes now on Sarah listening post, and Briggs, well, I should say, Emerald's like, that's it, that's enough, I want the space. I want the space.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back over to Sarah.
I'm in the gym and I'm feeling myself.
Yeah,
Okay,
all points
okay.
locked down. TI are getting the tower back, which if they hold should buy them
It's
some time.
all, yeah, the fact is the A point is all important, and if they hold that, it might push it. No, I don't think
I'm
holding
gonna
the
have
A
a quick
point
look
is
at
enough.
C and just see what the deal is at the C point, because that's easy enough to counter attack. Yeah, fighting up here. Fighting up at C point.
Oh yeah, Galaxy drop on the roof, yeah. And that's the vulnerable thing. You take the tower and you gal drop with your Air Force and you get control of C point. And yeah, that's it, pretty much game over. I mean, you've basically wasted 98 plus as people times 5 minutes of a 7-minute base capture. That's how much time has been put into this. And just to reiterate, guys, this is a 190-minute game session, so after the timer expires, this is it. There's only one.
Oh yeah, see, I got the C point back.
Yep, see that? And that's the base stalled. And the fact is, if they stall it for a minute, then no other plays can be made. And right, we check the map here, okay? Crystal Ridge Comrade can go through. Snowshear can't. Traverse can. Matheson's Triumph, theoretically, I guess it could. Apex Genetics, it looks like it's going to go through. Northwest Station looks like it's going to go
4 minutes
through.
remaining in the match. Now.
Okay,
4
so
minutes.
anything that's not already ticking can't actually be captured. So we're going to go to Crystal Com Ridge because that is on the warp gate.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over that. I think there'll be a big fight. Just for pride, you're not gonna touch our warp gate. I think that's what Emerald's gonna
Well, it's an exposed open infantry plateau fight. Oh wow, okay, so Briggs is bringing in the maxes.
How many scythes are in the BS warp gate right now?
I don't know, let's have a look. Not many?
That's interesting. Maybe resources is a factor.
2 minutes 30 to go. This is such an exposed base. I don't see any spawn sunders unless they're stealthed and they're outside of my typical viewpoint.
There's one near the tower to the southwest. So the southeast, sorry.
Oh! Galaxy just, I don't know, unintentionally rammed the Valkyrie, bumped it over, got the guys on the
I
ground.
think it was a VS Valkyrie, wasn't it?
Yeah, VS Valkyrie TR Galaxy just bumped it. The thing is, the VS are slowly pushing around this capture building, and the fact is they are outnumbered. Well, there's 50-50, but the spawn options, yeah, okay, they're coming in from that Sunder. Yeah, okay, so there's a Sunder. They are here. Point is flickering.
Yeah, see, I'm not sure. They've got this Galaxy. TR got a Galaxy here, and it's not manned. It's just landed, and no one's in it. Oh, sorry, one person's in it. But it's like, get it in an angle where you can show the A point. Like this, use the damn guns on it, you know.
Well, it looks like Emerald's done enough, maybe, to stall this. All you have to do is stall the cap for a few seconds, realistically speaking. Yeah, actually, after 5 seconds, it's really not going to be enough.
Yeah,
I don't think they can capture it.
TR back, isn't it?
Just by like 3 seconds. Yeah, 3 seconds. So the thing is, Emerald only needs to stall this cap for 3 seconds, and that's it. Max is fist punching. It will technically go through, right? While that's currently going on, quick look, Manny Tower, not going to go through. North Point still is. Rink is not going to count. Matheson's Triumph's not going to count. Frozen Rev's not going to count. The Biolab technically would count with only a minute to go. They're going to poke the warp gate? We'll find out.
I'm actually surprised there's still 96 plus in both factions at Sierra.
No, it doesn't matter anymore. It just...
No, it doesn't.
And the thing is, they're
I think they
gonna...
just like, we're just gonna have a fight.
And Vari Biolab, they're gonna get that. 34 seconds to go, but they're mega out-popped? Probably not, to be honest. I think the only one that really matters is Crystal Ridge. Other than Crystal Ridge, is any North Point maybe? With 1 minute? Yeah, the thing is, they only need 1 point to stall North Point for a few seconds. And actually, it's the Briggs forces that are pushing the defenders of all the way 68% to 32. So they're pulling in population from elsewhere around the map. And North Point is going to be like an empty pop cap. man. They're right up to the spawn room.
Yeah, this is a horrible base to be spawn camped in.
Yeah, 24 seconds to go. They're going to get this. Biolab's not going to go through. North Point will just go through. Ridge. Oh, dude, was Ridge stalled?
10, 9, 8.
Oh, it was
7,
stalled by 2 seconds.
5.
Unless the
4,
cap timer's slightly off.
3, 2, 1. End of match. End of match.
Oh,
Congratulations to Briggs
We've lost the facility.
Did it
for
count?
winning with a percentage that still needs to be updated. So I'll get back to you on that. But Briggs won. Can we please have the Force Commanders in the interview channel? Thank you.
Okay, there's the final map.
Did it count?
No, yeah, it counted because he stopped it at the end of the call. So the ref, he stopped the map as he counts 0. So I guess that's a 0-second cap, like as close as it gets. But ultimately, it makes no difference. It's pretty dominating victory by Briggs, and that's kind of a bit of. I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, it's a friendly. I don't know how much we want to call it revenge. I believe we'll need to ask how many people not from Briggs played for Briggs today. Like some friends from Connery, maybe some from Emerald played for them today. But they did really well. They came back from their defeat in the semi-finals of the ServerSmash tournament last in 2015, and here they are.
I believe the final score is 82% for Briggs against 12% for Emerald.
In a 90-minute game. Imagine you had another half hour. Imagine you had another half hour.
That'd be a full warp
You'd
gate.
get Haven, and you get Pele Solar, and then Emerald would have suffered their first warp gate. Full-blown warp gate. Right, so let's have a look on TeamSpeak. We'll wait for our server reps / Force leads to get into the interview room because they're not actually there right now. And we'll have a chat about what they think went wrong, or where. I mean, like I tell you, from your point of view, right, as you're looking at this, where do you think it went wrong for Emerald? I mean, they had a good starting play on South Bank and Frozen Reservoir. They got themselves the tech plant. They got themselves ISIS Southern Camp, and they were threatening Sarah Listening Post. They got counter pushed at Not Station, but then they pushed back really, really well. I think Zero went for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the key base that kind of changed up the match tempo was Zero. Like as soon as Briggs had that, they started to dominate.
Push into Rhyme, push into Rink, that type of stuff.
You always had the threat that had to be looked after around the Not Amp Station area, because Briggs took that in force. So you had all the small bases that had to be stopped at Grey Heron, which meant Pop was being constantly shifted over there. But yeah, Sierra was a massive one. If Emerald had have taken Sierra, I think we'd have definitely been looking at a different win condition or a different.
Well, we got our two high commands down here, so let's drop down and have a quick chat with them.
Cool.
Hello, guys. Go talk powers. Hello, how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, Devastator, dude. What happened? Maybe you want to give us a rundown from your point of view and just tell all your fans out there on Twitch who are no doubt press F for salute on Twitch chat, which is going on right now. Tell us about it all. Are you going to play Sudoku and put it on Twitch and stream?
Yeah, I'll probably play a game of Sudoku and put it on stream. Probably one of those 16x16 extreme versions.
Oh, okay.
With the diagonals included.
Gotcha. Right, tell us. Right, we watched the game, right? And Varia Biolab, it was a good start. You got the base, you got the two sub outposts, you were threatening Pale Canyon, you got the tech plant, you were threatening Sarah Listening Post, you got pushed from Not Amp Station, but then you counterattacked. Where did it go wrong from there? I mean, maybe give us an idea of what you think happened.
Briggs had a very good defense at Knot and managed to continually tie up our resources over there, and the air platoon was kind of scattered in between that and Serrero. Overall, they got Serrero, and I think I should have fought a little bit harder for that, and then at that point they pretty much had a foothold into the center, which was a bad thing. From there on out, they just pushed straight forward up the map, so good on Briggs for doing that. It's a very smart move.
How do you feel your Air Force played today? I mean, we definitely saw it on stream plenty times. We definitely saw lots of Yuka's harassers driving around and having like harasser duels on the ground. Perhaps saw more Sunders from Briggs, we will get to in a second, but did you have any issues with the air? Do you feel there's any kind of multiplier that perhaps Briggs was using against you that was causing you issues?
Air supposedly was doing okay, but those Sundays were pretty painful from what I was told. That Sunday on top of Rhyme, I got told that personally in command chat. That was a fairly smart move. Our force multipliers were just kind of, they did their job. I think I could have distributed them a little bit more evenly, though.
Well, I guess congratulations are in order for Briggs. A win! I mean, congrats to you guys. I mean, are you stoked about this? I mean, like, how are you guys feeling? Like, let me start from the beginning. Richies, maybe you tell us, how did you came today? Was it all Briggs? Did you have some friends from Conray? Like, what was your team composition? Where did the guys come from?
We had pretty much all Briggs apart from one squad from Conray. They were at the start of the match with another one of our squads holding C point at Zero, and they helped push Emerald out of B, which was a very good hold.
So it's pretty much an all Briggs affair, yeah? More or less.
Yeah, which is something I'm very proud of, because the server's declining. A lot of people are burnt out from the losses in the previous ServerSmash season, and yet we brought a lot more than we expected, and we just played beautifully. I'm stoked. I'm very happy with how Briggs performed.
And like, do you attribute anything to the victory today? I mean, because it seemed close in the beginning with you. I mean, you got pushed back at Enviro Biolab, you lost the tech plant, but it seemed like we were expecting Pale Canyon and Enviro Biolab plays because of the shorter base caps, but you went really deep and really hard on not Amp Station. That was a big gamble, at least for us as we were commentating and watching at the beginning. Like, what was your opening play, and then how did you see things kind of working out for you?
Pretty much exactly as it panned out. It was a gambit. We were willing to lose territory at the start, and then there was a risk that if they pushed down to Matheson's hard and lane drove down there, maybe sever us off down to Eli Amp Station even. But we sort of had plans in place to mitigate that. But the major opening plan was to get Zero, get not Amp Station. We wanted to drive all the way up to Stillwater Watch. That was very difficult, so hats off to Emerald for not really allowing us to do that. And then I pitched it in the second half hour of the match, maybe in the final half hour of the match, pushing up to Freya and Manny Bio. And hats off to my platoon leaders. They were, at that stage, I was getting a little bit burnt out because I was just staring at the map non-stop. And they made a call, we should take Manny Bio now, and they did that, and that cut off so much territory. And we also got the Freya Amp Station, and that cut off a lot of territory as well. So that's pretty much what was planned. We didn't end up taking the Enviro Biolab, but honestly I never really thought we would. We got close to it a couple of times. Same with Matheson's as well. But they were meant to be pop sinks.
Quick question just this year. Final ruling, did Briggs make it to the Warp Gate, or did you revert the Crystal Ridge Comrade?
I did, yes. So the final score, I just wanted to update, is 81 against 13, not 82 against 12, because
so you didn't count it.
Comrade was a couple seconds outside of the time.
For you think. Alright, there you go, ref's decision. I guess back to yourself, Riches. Your composition, there was a lot of Sunders, a lot of multipliers, a lot of harassers. I saw some amazing harasser duels going on the ground. Did your Air Force have any issues? Did the guys on the ground have any issues? Like, whose idea was to have like 20 Sunders in a wagon wheel and just going around?
Sunders are a personal love of mine, so I went around to all the bases and making sure this is how we can get Sunders into the bases. But at the end of the day, it was the platoon leader's decision, and they seem to have got the job done. For me, I was staring at the map the entire match, apart from the start when I went to Isotech Farm. But beyond that, I don't know what happened on the ground, so perhaps Yellow Hans is in a better position to answer that question.
Oh, let me give him voice. Hello, Yellow Hands.
Hey guys. Yeah, no. Look, I felt that we lost the air a bit. I mean, we had 2 squads up in the air, so when I was looking at the initial list, I was going, "Holy shit! There's almost a platoon there." I was getting a bit worried, so I basically resorted to hit and runs, or tried to do as much hit and runs as possible and not engage the air, because I don't know how many you guys had, but it looked like you had more than us. But well played, and well played to the guys.
From the air side, we definitely had more. I think we were 30, 38, something like that. But we spent a lot of time wondering where the air was to start, and then we just switched to air to ground once we kind of felt confident that we had a lot of air control. And then no sooner than we started hitting the ground pretty hard, a big ball would pop up and wipe a squad or two, and then we'd have to kind of recongregate and kind of take that on. But yeah, had some good fights with you guys in the air. Definitely.
Cheers, guys.
I think going into it, we had an understanding that Emerald would be in a superior position in the air, so that's what some of our tactics were designed to counter. But again, I'll let Yellowhounds talk about the matter.
Yeah, we kind of, for periods of it, I'd tell my guys to pull back south in friendly territory and then just hit bases based on the timing. So if there was like 2 minutes left on a cap, we'd go in to try to reinforce it. At least that's what I tried to do. Don't know how well I did it, so I guess I'll have to do the debrief and see what the guys think.
I think from just kind of my perspective on roaming around with the ops cam, the hit and run thing definitely makes sense from what I saw. It seemed that whenever you were hitting a base, there'd obviously be the air to ground to back that up. I didn't see as much of that from Emerald. Not to say it didn't happen, just I didn't see it. But yeah, the hit and run tactics of just moving around, and I think we talked about this on Streamfire of, we're late game in regards to people being burnt out of the game and all that, and so you've kind of got to work with the pilots you have. So maybe they're not the best dogfighters, but they can sure rocket pod the ground well enough. So I was just curious whether that came into play in regards to experience of pilots.
I think initially it was just numbers, but look, I can't fault the guys. They fought amazingly, so well done. And
well, awesome.
Thank you, Emerald, for the match. That was intense. It's my first time, so you guys were gentle.
Well, unless anyone else has any questions or perhaps any words you want to say to each other before we head off. Nope. Devastator, we'll leave you to your ritual suicide, or Sudoku, or one of the things. Yes, and thank you everyone else that's playing. Thank you for trying it. Oh, I tell you what, how did you feel about the 90-minute game mode? Would you feel that was enough? Maybe Devastator, do you feel perhaps after 45 minutes, perhaps a break and then swapping, maybe not warp gates or factions, but having two halves might have helped you? I mean, how did you feel about the format today?
No, the hour 30 minutes, it was my first one, so I didn't really have anything to go off of. I think hour 30 was pretty good match time. Not as long as 2 hours, that 30 minutes, nothing else would have really changed, I think. By that time, I think hour 30, that's when the match is pretty much determined, so I think that's a good time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool, fair enough. And okay. And then today we played with basically no special rules. So we had obviously air lock-ons and we had all maxes. I guess that's just part of the cancer of the game. I get everyone kind of loves maxes and max crashes. Did you guys actually feel that there was a large number of maxes, or the fact that I did notice that there were some big max puzzles by Emerald we caught at not Substation, and I believe there was somewhere else. I can't remember exactly where
Aurora.
It was. Yeah, Aurora, and the fact is there was huge numbers of Sunders and ESFs just pounding away, kind of holding that back. Did you guys use a lot of maxes, the redeployment to try and grab it, or did you kind of stay away from it due to the nanite cost? Either of you?
I left that to the platoon leaders, honestly.
Okay, gotcha. And Richie's probably the same for Briggs?
Yeah, I left resource management to the platoons and squad leads to do what they needed to do.
Cool. Well,
my only request was that they have people set up for vehicle drivers and gunners and pull the when necessary.
Well, I don't have any other questions, but thank you very much, guys, for playing today. And we'll look forward to perhaps future matches with yourselves and against other opponents. So we're going to jump back up, Sebius, and I guess thanks for playing, guys, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, thank you. Good game, guys.
Thank you.
Good game.
Right, well, that's that. So, that is the end of ServerSmash 60. To recap, we were on the North-South Esamir map. We had Emerald playing as the Vanu Sovereignty. Briggs were playing as the Terran Republic from the south. The final score after 90 minutes of combat is 81 to Briggs as the TR against 13% to the VS for Emerald. So it's a pretty conclusive victory today for Briggs. It's definitely going to do quite a bit to their morale. And I don't know necessarily who played for Emerald. Usually there's quite a lot of competition for the spots. Could be maybe similar like the Emerald Miller game where they allowed, I would say lesser people, but other people to play that never played before, so that's kind of interesting. And we'll see maybe in future games how things develop. I mean, they're all friendlies and we're trying new things, and this was a really enjoyable game to watch. I love the fact that it wasn't necessarily as one-sided as you think here. Bases were going back and forth all the time. You know, it wasn't just one team capturing bases. Both teams were capturing, applying pressure. We saw air forces from both sides. We force multipliers from both sides. It was really, really enjoyable for me to catch this today, especially at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I am quite impressed. I'm quite glad this was a good game to watch.
Yeah, I'm slightly starting to flag now. I'll be up for work in about 4 hours. But yeah, it was a very enjoyable match to actually watch and cast. It's Esamir. You know, these central bases are once you take them, they're very hard to take back. So, you know, hats off to Briggs for playing the game they did. And like you said, Far, you know, this wasn't all just a one-sided fight, regardless of what the score or the map looks like. You know, there was a couple of times where a few things might have gone slightly differently, and Emerald could have walked away with it.
So that is it for us today, guys. So thank you very much for watching. We don't have any other scheduled matches, so we're going to go back to the, maybe not the drawing board, but just back to the scheduling room. Talk to like Connery and, you know, the other 4 servers have already had games, and we'll see who wants to play who and what format. So we're looking at probably a 3-week hiatus before maybe a 4-week hiatus, depending what the teams decide and how they want to play and what they want to play. So we'll be back in March. Everything going well, and we'll get some more games for you. In the meantime, if you want to watch more ServerSmash action, we have all our ServerSmash videos can be found at our Planetside Battles YouTube channel under our playlist. All the games are there, including the one from last week with Miller Cobalt. Do check that one out. This game will be up on YouTube probably by the end of the weekend, at the very latest. We have Lane Smash games that go on. Sebius, you do something with Lane Smash. When's the next Lane Smash?
Next Lane Smash is in the very near future. It is actually, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say who's playing. I believe it's Cobalt mixed outfit, and it could very well be against some Miller teams.
And is that Saturday next week or the week after, or?
Yeah, I think it's either next Saturday or the Saturday after.
Well, there you go. Conclusive evidence of what's going on. To be honest, check Reddit. Check Reddit, Planetside Battles Reddit, and I'm sure Resebius will post there all the important details if you want to watch the Lane Smash. Which is kind of like a mini ServerSmash.
What I will say is, with the Lane Smash is still running pre-season matches. We have 2 left, I believe. And then the Lane Smash Tournament Season 3 will start. So if anybody is wanting to take part, we've opened the sign-ups for the tournament. So if it doesn't have to be an outfit. You can do multi-outfit teams if you wanted to. Doesn't have to be on the same server. So yeah, if you want to play in Lane Smash, then definitely get signed up.
Awesome stuff, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being here with us and enjoying the show. And we will be back sometime in March for a continuation of games. If you want to play, get in touch with your server reps, get in touch with your Reddit, that type of stuff, and come down and we'll have fun with a 400 millisecond ping. Yeah, if you're Briggs. All right, cool. We'll see you soon. Cheers, bye, guys.
Later, guys.
Ooh, one final thing before we head off. Justicia, you still hear me?
Sure am.
So this is Justicia's last time being a referee for Planetside battles. So I just want to say to everyone, thank you for reffing. You do a huge amount of work in the background and nobody knows what goes on. He does all the kind of record keeping, he does all the ref work, he does the speech at the beginning, he keeps everything running. I mean, the stuff the guy does is really, really, really helpful to the level of anyone who does the stats on the overlays for us. So, as we head off here at the end of ServerSmash Mix Day, when did you join in with us, Justicia? Like, when did you come on board?
Well, I was involved from the very beginning, from the very first match. I was part of the force command for Miller against Connery on the pre-release Hossin on PTS. And then I became server rep and quickly involved in the PSB team, which was then still PS2 pickup. I've been referee for about 2 years now, I guess.
It's almost literally all the games. So this is a huge shout out to Justicia for thank you for reffing, because this is his last game. I just thought we'd mention that before we end the stream, right? Bye, Justicia! Bye! He's dead to us now. Okay, that's it.